All right, first off, I'm going to address the education issue with regards to military service, mandatory military service. And as we said, we are advocating for a one-year mandatory military service. Now, over the course of 1 year, we have students applying to colleges and coming out of high school, that is, if they graduate. It was reported in 2004 by the U.S. Department of Education that there was a 9.3% dropout rate among American schools. And most of these dropouts enter the world unprepared to deal with life. They get low-paying jobs, and they're not able to support themselves as a whole. And military alternative would give them a chance to turn their life around by giving them discipline, that education that they were missing out on, and life experiences that will benefit them later on in their lives. Also, regarding education, in that 1 year of education, regardless of college or anything else, you can spend 1 year in college and you might drop out, or whatever, it's between 16 and 24 years old. 66% of those students that enter college and leave college, 66% of those students will accumulate around $10,000 in debt due to student loans. Now, I'm pretty sure that $10,000 per student in student loans, considering all the people that are going to college, would account for just 1 year of military service in cost. When you send them to the military, you're paying for room and board, that's feeding them and housing them. Other than that, they get the rest of their benefits after they exit. So when it comes to education, I'd say that the costs are justifiable when you take into account mandatory military service. And second of all, I just wanted to clarify something regarding the morale issue of mandatory military service. The troublemakers you can expect would be people that are in society not very fit to live the most successful of lives. They're complainers, they're downtrodden, maybe they're gangbangers, they're running around without the brightest future in mind. So what we have agreed upon is that felons would not meet the standard for conscription. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit. Upon conviction, felons do forfeit a lot of their rights. They don't get the right to vote. They can no longer own firearms. Naturally, you wouldn't want somebody like that with a gun. And adding to that, they wouldn't be able to serve their country. They would just spend the rest of their lives in jail or however long their terms are. And conscription typically involves individuals who are deemed fit for military service. By fit, it's sort of open to interpretation. There's no real specification there on the word. So I've tacked on what we mean is that I would like to make it clear that to be fit for conscription, one would have to be of sound physical and mental health and be free of any felony convictions prior to or otherwise, and pass a background check clearing them of any serious criminal behavior. So if they've had issues in the past with police or reports about them or any type of behaviors that would deem them as a harm to people around them or to themselves, they wouldn't be allowed for this, and I'm pretty sure that would clear up a lot of the issues with anything morale-based, especially since when you take in the morale, you're getting benefits from it. So it's not like you're going in, you're being forced in for nothing. You are getting benefits out of what you're being sent in to do. And also, as Sierra mentioned, there was a small percentage of military personnel that developed what's known as shell shock, which can develop into post-traumatic stress disorder. This is the result of combat, usually. When you see combat, those are pretty graphic situations, and they can be etched into your mind. However, under conscription, we have a selective service. You are able to choose which branch of the military that you enlist in. And under such a system, you can apply for special needs. Somebody that has religious issues that need to be met, where they don't exactly agree with warfare or killing their fellow man, you can apply for that, and you would be allowed to be sent into a non-combat position, whether it is the medical corps or some office job organizing things. It can be accounted for. So not everybody is going to be sent onto the battlefield to fight. And as Sierra said, the unemployment rate is rather high right now, and as a result, a lot of those people are entering the military. Well, in a way, you can say that they're being forced into the military by economic conditions. One way or the other, under conscription, you would be entering the military, and you would be getting more out of it than entering the world, losing everything, and having this as the last alternative. Would you rather be entering with a brighter future ahead, or under the situation that everything is hopeless and that's your last resort? There's another way you can look at it. And lastly, as Daniel was saying, regarding obesity and health, let's face it, guys, we're not the healthiest nation out there right now. Lots and lots of us don't know how to take care of ourselves, and that is a result of discipline. People are under the influence that they can buy whatever they want, whenever they want, without any consequences at later dates regarding maybe your health or your purchasing prices, your credit. Going into the military, whether under conscription or voluntary service, you would be gaining critical life goals that would benefit you for the rest of your life. They're not things that just fade away. You're gaining discipline, you're building character, and not just that, you're learning how to think for yourself through their training, as well as how to lead others in a more productive and efficient lifestyle.